Shut up and sit down.
Enjoy.
That's why you call this whole thing in process. I mean, I think this idea of arrival, that's the trap. That's the trap that we tend to fall into.
Yeah.
What is arrival?
Yeah.
It's Christ. Am I having that in my fallen self?
Abiding, yeah.
Yeah, I can, and I can do that in real time, but just as likely tomorrow I will not abide as I could abide.
Possibly. Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Right, and so until the moment of glory when...
Yeah. But possibly you could abide.
But possibly I could. And so... but in reality, I've at least experienced daily, at some point, I won't.
Yeah.
There will be a victory of the flesh that will end up in eventual defeat.
Well,
in as much as I recognize
and again, just to qualify what you're talking about, we're not talking about. At one point, maybe we were talking about this, but today maybe we're not. Depends on where we're at in the work of sanctification. But at one point in time, that to me, I won't personally out you, but for me personally, that would have meant some form of sexual perversion. It would have meant some form of me attempting to make myself high in a perverse way, drugs, alcohol, I don't know, stealing, whatever, and I call myself a Christian, and so there's that, and so today that would look different, and so I'm not gonna today all of a sudden be like, man, I'm having a hard day, I'm gonna have a moment of fallout and snort a line of meth anymore. I don't do that any longer.
Right.
So God has freed me from that. However, I might feel like I'm in a place of difficulty and I'm getting pressed and I'm being tested and I'm jobless and there's no finances.
And so there's a new outlet besides rest in Christ.
Yeah, so I start
for that thing.
I start falling into despair. Well, there's unbelief already. And so maybe that'll manifest into I eat an excessive amount of chocolate that day. It can be as simple as...
That sounds really good.
It could be as simple as that. Instead of out of a grateful heart, I eat a little bit of chocolate.
Yeah.
I go to chocolate to try to make myself happy. Or my wife. Or a relationship. Or I press on somebody and say, why aren't you helping me in a better way? Well, that's unbelief right there.
Feeling provoked, angered, encouraged, inspired by what you heard? Don't keep it to yourself. Comment below. Put your supportive beliefs into action by clicking all the clicky stuff. Lastly, gather with those around you and remind one another what Jesus has done, is doing, and will do.